Hi, everybody. It's the Film Optimist here. And today we're talking about Ichi the Killer. We talked about the prequel last week, based on the manga of the same name. If you didn't watch the last video, here's a recap of one Ichi. Shoichi is a nerdy dude, and he likes watching people fight. He loves violence, but he's also a big pussy, but he loves being beat on and loves seeing people get beat on. It gives him an erection. He fucking comes everywhere. So this one is about the same guy, as the title suggests, Ichi the Killer. There's a guy running around with this badass bodysuit, and he's killing people, so he needs to be stopped. Um, how are we gonna stop him? How are we gonna get him down? So they get this guy Kakihara, I believe Kakihara. Okay, so this whole time I thought the main character Kakihara, Ka, Ka, um, is was like a detective. It makes a lot more sense with him being part of the yakuza. Um, if you see it, just look at a picture of Kakihara from Each of the Killer. Dude's got like a Glasgow smile. Got the cuts right here. Doesn't go all the way up. It's right here. He's got scars all around his face. Blonde haired dude, which I love on Asian people. Man, I love the fucking when they dye their hair. They just pull it off so much better than we do. I think this looks so much better. It looks more like anime and shit. It looks fucking dope. Larger than life. And the actor that plays Kakihara, Tadanobu Asano, is so badass as Kakihara. Um, so weird too, but like how he just carries himself. So I guess there's like this rival faction going on, and Kakihara, it comes off as like a detective movie. Maybe it's just because it was like the dub told me he was a detective. That would make a lot more sense because I really remember this dude being a detective. But his whole mission is to take down Ichi from killing all these people and to figure out who he is and why he's doing it. He has his helmet on. Like Ichi is so badass. Um, Throughout the film, the spotlight is mostly on Kakihara. When we see Ichi kill people, yeah, it's bloody, it's gory. But Kakihara is into some weird shit too. He loves BDSM. He loves being like tied up by his mistress and whipped and shit. And there's blood everywhere, and like whipped to the point where there's like blood dripping down, like scars, and he loves it. He loves it. It's so fucking weird. Um, he like has with the Glasgow smile, it sometimes opens up and like will create this really weird effect. It's like there's a reason why this movie has its cult status. At one point, he goes to one of the Yakuza bosses and he cuts his tongue out for tribute and he presents it to him. Really fucked up scene. So basically, let's just skip to the end because I love spoilers. I love just spoiling the movie. That shit happens throughout the entire film. What happens when Kakihara finally meets Ichi? I want to say one Ichi. Ichi. Um, they meet and finally Kakihara's like, I'm gonna die. Yes, I'm finally gonna get the death that I've been wanting. Like, okay, and this is gonna be a great fight, kind of like reminiscent of Die. And he wants a great fight. He wants a fight that'll kill him. He's just like whatever. Kakihara though is in a completely different side of the spectrum. He loves pain, but he wants the pain that finally takes him out, and he thinks Ichi's worthy of giving it to him. So they get into this big fight on the roof, and like Kakihara like flies over the side and like falls to his death. Like there's like a middle of this like apartment complex thing on the roof. You can look down and see the bottom. He falls. He is under the impression that Ichi kicked his ass off, so he's like content, like yes. When in reality, Ichi got shot and he's like crying like a little bitch, and Kakihara falls to his death. There's a bunch of other shit that happens. Like Ichi kills some kid's dad. Like he befriends a kid and he kills the kid's dad, who's a cop. And the kid's so pissed that he's kicking the shit out of Ichi, and crying and screaming. Um, Man, this is a really boring review. I'm sorry, guys, because I'm not really talking about much. I'm not really like really touching. I feel like it deserves more of a spotlight. So go see the movie, is what I'm saying. Go out and check it out because it's a great film. The version that I got is much more tame than the version that Japanese audiences got, the unrated cut, the really really bloody cut. Even with the tame version that I got, you still get the tongue getting cut out. You still got the weird Glasgow smile. They don't touch on semen a lot. There's not a lot of shots with sperm, but it's in this one too, which I thought was just like more prevalent in One Ichi. I thought it was more like of its thing. Like there's some gore in there too, but it's really like there's a lot of fucking semen in there. Turns out there's a lot in this one as well. Like every time they find us like someone dead, there's cum everywhere. It's Ichi. So I mean, if you can find an unrated, I mean, you can probably find an unrated version like online somewhere. Do yourself a favor and watch that version. The version that I got did not have nearly as much of the shit that made it such a cult favorite among a lot of people. That's my review of Each of the Killer. Great film. Deserves the cult status. I wouldn't put it in like in my top 10, not even in my top 20 probably. Um, because it's so fucking hard to do that. But it's just a great film. That's all you have to know. But this is my short review of Each of the Killer. Um, thank you all for watching, and you all have a wonderful day.